We know that Tony Soprano loved his ducks and he loved his horses, but did he love penguins? That we don't know, but we can see that the Penguin certainly loves Tony Soprano. The brand new HBO show is being compared to the iconic Sopranos, and now we're going to review episode 1 and find out whether it does it justice. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. We are here, the Penguin, HBO After Hours. Let's do this. Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Looking forward to this one. I've seen the trailers. I've seen the hype. I've seen our own Theo Rossi was in it. You know, Colin Farrell, good actor. There's a lot of potential going on.
Sons of Anarchy legend Theo Rossi hasn't went on to do much since Sons of Anarchy, but we can still appreciate him for his role that he did with the club. Like Juice, big fan of Juice, great character. I think Juice is one of those characters that I'm not going to talk about Sons of Anarchy here, but he's one of those characters that I think did go under the radar in the first 3 seasons, but he's very, very important to the show in the final 4, and I hope he can be important in this show. He wasn't in the first episode, but fingers crossed he appears soon.
Yes, he will play a doctor later on. Hopefully we see him later down the line, but of course this follows the Batman movie, which of course came out 2 years ago. So obviously there's been a bit of a time skip here. Let's just put our cards on the table. We're not really into this. We don't really know an awful lot about this.
No, we don't. We can't really talk about the backstory. We can't really talk about what happened in the Batman because we don't know. We haven't seen it. So we're going into this totally open-minded, not having any negativity or whatnot. We're going into this not knowing the direction, not knowing the stories. And you know what? Sometimes that can be more fun when you go into a show and you don't know the results or the aftermath of past events. So we start in... there has been an assassination of Carmine Falcone, who I guess was the top man. He's the top mobster in Gotham City, but someone's took him out. There's been an assassination on him, and he's now dead.
I believe it was the Riddler, they said on the TV report, but again,
we don't know who the Riddler is, so...
I mean, I've heard of the Riddler, I'm not that naive, but...
I mean, we've heard of him, but he could walk past us in the street, and I don't think we'd go, oh, there's the Riddler.
Yeah, so apparently it was...
So guys, riddle me this in the comments section. Who is the Riddler? And what does he do and what does he work for?
Yeah, but the Riddler, apparently there was a destruction of Gotham City seawall. Gotham, obviously set on New York. I mean, what do you make of the city? It looks basically like modern day New York. A shithole.
Yeah, not a place that you would want to live, that is for sure. Carmine's son, though, the heir to the mobster throne, he is now in charge. And our main man of the show, Colin Farrell, who plays the Penguin, he seems to be the former right-hand man of Carmine Falcone, so it's only fair to assume maybe he's going to be the right man by Alberto Falcone.
Yes, but this guy, obviously, junkie, alcoholic, not exactly the heir that you want to the throne, and he actually catches the Penguin, Oz. I'd rather just call him the Penguin. I guess we'll just call him the Penguin going forward.
Or Oz. We can call him Oz, Oswald Penguin.
Ozzy the Penguin? Ozzy!
Doesn't matter, but we see Albert catch him, Alberto, as he's trying to recover a stash of Falcon's valuables from the Iceberg Lounge. And then Alberto kind of just runs down Oz. He runs down the Penguin, says, like, I'm the main man now. I'm going to take over my father. Oz is trying to pay respect. It's like, yeah, I mean, you're going to be good. You're going to follow in your father's footsteps. You're going to make him proud. You're going to be respected. But Alberto kind of keeps throwing jabs back at the Penguin, and then out of nowhere, the Penguin just takes his gun out and assassinates him. He's like, I've had enough of this shit. I'm not listening to him anymore.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by this. I thought the way it was already written in the first 5 minutes, this Alberto Falcone could have been the guy going forward.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be around for a long time, but
they went with his sister.
Instead, he was just around for a fun time, and his fun time ended up at 5 minutes into the episode. We see the Penguin then trying to dispose of the body, and he comes across a bunch of kids trying to steal his car, which is a nice purple car, by the way.
Aye, nice purple car.
Definitely worth stealing.
Definitely worth stealing. They're trying to steal the rims of the car, the wheels, and he spots one of the kids, Victor Aguilar. He's the one that gets left behind. A couple of shots. He shoots his own car here, and he basically brings him along to assist him.
Yeah, so he could have just killed this guy, but instead he allows him to help with the disposal of Alberto. And when he's going to put him down, Victor basically begs for his life, and the Penguin's like, ah, fuck it, maybe you can be some use to me. And I guess Victor is now the Penguin's right-hand man, some little kid. I mean, surely, if you were the heir, right, to Carmine Falcone, who is the top mobster in Gotham City, if you're the heir to someone, do you not think you would have more significant backup and support than some kid that was trying to rob a tire off your car?
Yeah, no, you would think so.
Well, we haven't seen that yet.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it's like we hear a lot of talk about this mob family and how the Penguin was close to Carmine is underneath him, whatever. But then it's like, where are they? Where's like the rest of the crew? We go to a house and we're introduced to a few people, but I mean, not a lot going on there.
Yeah, so Oz learns that the Falcones are planning to assume control of his drug ring, and they're basically going to put a stop to it. But he's making a lot of money from this, and he's trying to use Alberto's plan. So he goes to pay them a visit. He tries to talk them out of it, but they basically say, nah, look, shut it down. You've got 2 days, shut it down.
48 hours.
We also get introduced to Alberto's sister, Sofia Falcone, who is newly released from the Arkham Asylum, which I believe is a prison.
Yep.
So God knows what she done to get there.
Batman Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, so he then plans to skip town because I think he believes that his rivals are maybe got in for him.
He visits his mum's, right? And to me, this is where the Tony Soprano likeness just goes to 100. This just reminded me of the very first scene when Tony went to Olivia. I mean, is the Penguin... Did Tony Soprano copy the original Penguin? Or has the Penguin in 2024 copied Tony Soprano?
Yeah.
No, I mean, this is HBO, right? And even HBO themselves put up on TikTok, like, the opening graphics of the Penguin with, like, the Sopranos theme playing. So they obviously know the similarities here. I get it. The Sopranos was a big-ass show. So it makes sense to copy, but I feel like it's too like him.
Yeah, now, the reason he went to his mother and he was going to go on the run was because after meeting with the Falcone family, Sofia does go out for dinner with him, and she kind of just calls him out and was like, how do you know about my brother's ideas, and did you kill him? She kind of puts him on the spot. She didn't outright ask him, but you don't have to be a genius to understand that she was almost accusing him of getting rid of Alberto.
No, absolutely
to
not.
which the Penguin denies, but at this point, he's probably thinking, oh fuck, they're on to me. So that's why he tries to encourage his mother to skip town. Then Oz comes up with a better idea, and he visits Falcone's number one rival,
Salvatore
Maroni, who is in Blackgate Prison. Now, we didn't get to see this guy for much of the episode, but this guy gave me I think he gave a really good impression. Like, he comes across as a good actor, good character.
Yeah, the actor's been in a lot. He's been in Lost and a few other things. But
I've never seen... I mean, I recognise the face, but I couldn't tell you who he is.
I'm pretty sure it's the guy in Dexter New Blood on the poster I've seen.
Very well could be. Oz is basically like, here, why don't I swap sides? I can go for the Falcones to the Maronis, and I can run this operation for you.
And he gives him the ring back.
I can put Maronis back in control. But he then gives Maroni the ring back, and Maroni's like, how did you get this? And obviously, it's because Oz killed Alberto. Then we see Oz get attacked by a bunch of guys, and it turns out these guys are sent from Sofia. So it's the Falcone family. They're on to the Penguin. He manages to avoid them. One guy jumps in the car, and then they're getting into a brawl. He then stabs him with, I believe it's like the lighter. Maybe not the lighter, because the lighter wouldn't really have a stabbing.
The car freshener. Air freshener.
The car air freshener stabs him in the neck, and then the guy falls back and just gets taken out by a bus as the school kids look on at the window, seeing some guy getting fucking absolutely ran over here. So not a good look for them. I think that's that school trip ruined. Penguin then starts waving awkwardly at the kids, but he gets attacked and he then gets captured, and we see him wake up in a chair. And he's fucking naked, and it's not really a good sight to see.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's not a good sight to see, but...
And we also seen his foot earlier in the episode. It was big. It was like a big club or something.
Yeah, the limp for me, I mean, I don't know. It's like Tony Soprano, but with a blue disabled badge. That's what it feels like to me. But again, Colin Farrell's obviously not this fat, so it's all makeup and he has to go into air-conditioned rooms in between takes, which I think is a lot of effort.
Why not just get a fat guy to play him?
Yeah, they did that with Tony, like, so why not do it here?
So Oz is getting tortured, and I guess they want to know the truth. Whereas Alberto's, body, what did you do to him? Why did you kill him? And then we see a car just go straight on to the Falcone's property, and it smashes into like this little wall, and the boot fires open. A couple of the security guys, a couple of the guards look inside. Sofia then looks inside, and she sees that her brother is in the boot of this car. And I guess word gets passed around that the Maroni, Salvatore Maroni, is inside Blackgate Prison wearing the ring. So at this point, 2 and 2 is put together, and the Falcones believe that it was the Maronis that killed Alberto, and that's why they've got the ring, and they're sending a message by driving this car onto their property. So they decide to let Oz go. The Penguin gets to waddle away, free. He's no longer in the run-in for killing Alberto, and he starts plotting with Victor to take control of the Falcone crime family.
I'd love to know how Victor managed to stage this, by the way, and perfectly crash it into the fountain.
I'd love to know that as well, but Victor came through for Oz, so I mean, I think Oz, any chance of him killing Victor now, I think's gone. I think Victor will be, a loyal soldier to him, but yeah, I mean, Oz managed to escape the Falcone family in the end, but he's made an enemy now of the Maroni family, because surely they will know that they've been set up. You'd think they'd find that out sooner or later.
Also, I mean, if they just reveal back to the Falcones that here it wasn't us actually, it was that job at Oz, then that could shaft the Penguin bit.
True, but I mean, worst case scenario that could happen, but at least he's not getting tortured anymore and he's free.
True, but
so he's bought himself some time.
I mean, that is pretty much the end of the episode. It was about 1 hour and 5 minutes. I mean, I thought it was a decent premiere, but I mean, it's not my cup of tea. It's not really your cup of tea. But I'm not going to sit here and bash it. I thought it was good. I thought for what it was good.
Yeah. The more when I first watched it, I was a little bit disappointed. But after letting that stew for like maybe 40 hours ago, we watched it.
Yep.
You know what? I actually don't think it was that bad at all. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think a 7's fair enough. It's always hard to do a premiere, and I think they got the premiere over in that sense. I feel like there's a clear guideline about what's to come and what's happening in the future. And yeah, 7 out of 10. After Hours. Any closing thoughts?
I'm looking forward to episode 2. Same. Now it's a mini series. I don't know if we're going to get more than just the initial season. But no, I thought it was decent. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. So that's it, guys. That's your review for After Hours. There will be a few videos coming soon about this. I think there's a couple of theories that we want to bring out. And then, of course, we'll keep an eye and see what the rating of the show looks like and see if there's any, big popularity behind the show. See if the premiere was a success. But yeah, we kind of enjoyed it. 7 out of 10. Can't really tell going forward. Will it get better, or has it peaked already? I'd like to think it will get better.
Yeah, because I mean, a 7 out of 10. Like, I mean, if you average 7 out of 10s across 8 episodes in this day and age, I'd say, well, you must have a pretty decent show. But I think there was still, a lot of breaks were held. Put it that way. I think with 7 episodes to go, we're going to get introduced to new characters. I mean, but that's the problem. We don't really know what happened in Batman. Are we going to get Batman in this? Is he even still alive in this universe? I don't know. You always hear about Batman and Robin. Do they even exist here? Would you like to see Batman and Robin?
We don't know. Maybe we'll see them though in episode 2, episode 3, episode 4. We'll be here to check that out, guys. That's it. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.